What is up everybody, Martingale here, back at it again with another Genshin Impact video. Today we'll be discussing who you should be summoning for, Venti or Childe, also known as Tartaglia. Wait, Hu Tao's banner isn't even over yet, and you're talking about Venti and Childe? Well, that's because patch 1.3 is just so boring. There's literally nothing going on in the game. I want more monsters that can slaughter with my Hu Tao as much as the next Hu Tao main, but there just isn't. So we'll be discussing about the two returning character banners, Venti and Childe. Let's start off with Venti. He's an absolute unit, being able to single-handedly carry players through Spiral Abyss and also being an absolute godsend for Floor 11 Stage 2. Because let me tell you, that stage is an absolute nightmare to deal with without Venti. Venti is one of the more versatile units in the game, being able to be played as a support or main DPS. My personal preference is support, being able to act as a battery with Fervonius or Sacrificial Bow, generating insane energy particles for your entire team. His energy generation rate is through the roof, at 3 Anemo particles every 6 seconds. He is one of the best batteries in the game, second to only Bennett. He also has access to one of the best support sets in the game, being the Viridescent set, reducing enemies' resistance by 40% to the first element it comes in contact with. It's very easy to look at a DPS unit and think that they are the best unit because they seem to always steal the spotlight with big numbers. But having good support units is just as important because it allows your DPS to really shine through. With that being said, Venti can also be played as a main DPS. He has low cooldowns on his abilities and very high uptime. Slap some crit damage on that boy and he'll be able to pump up consistent damage. Just don't expect him to be in the same league as the top dogs like Ganyu or Hu Tao in terms of damage. Finally, Venti is one of the few characters that work just fine at C0. None of his constellations unlock a distinct playstyle for him, they merely enhance his already insane kit. Venti does have one particular weakness though, he doesn't do anything versus big boss monsters, maybe except generate energy for your team. With that being said, rumors of a 4th weekly boss being added in 1.4 are already floating around. News of a stronger version of the Oceanid for players to challenge as an event are also being discussed. At the rate the game is going, bigger, harder boss monsters will be introduced to hopefully make the game slightly more challenging. On the other side of the ring, we have Childe. I'm sure you guys fought him at least once by now. Yet, despite being one of the major antagonists in this game, Childe is still one of the most beloved characters in the game, and rightfully so, being one of the strongest Hydro DPS in the game as of 1.3, being able to dish out huge damage with his ultimate with the help of Vaporize, being a straight up damage multiplier that can be enhanced with more elemental mastery. With that being said, his ultimate alone, without setup, also does a respectable amount of damage. His elemental skill allows him to constantly dish out a huge barrage of Hydro attacks in tandem with his Riptide ability on crits, doing even more damage. With that being said, he does require a certain amount of understanding and experience to play well, from managing his elemental skills cooldown to optimal attack sequences to maximize his damage output. His gameplay is definitely one of the harder ones in the game to master. Thankfully, you can magically make all these problems disappear. Just sell off your kidney and swipe for Constellation 6 and voila, instant top tier. The saving grace for this banner is the fact that there will be a new character on it in the form of Rosaria, a highly anticipated 4-star cryo character. From the looks of it, she's going to be another main DPS, which seems a little weird at first, given that Childe is also another main DPS. Thankfully, Childe is one of the few main DPS characters that doesn't mind sharing the spotlight, especially while he's resting after using his elemental skill. Overall, Venti has way more value, even if they just stuff filler 4 stars onto his banner. As always, if you like a character's aesthetics or lore a lot, don't be discouraged to roll on the banner just because they aren't the absolute best unit out there, cause at the end of the day, it's a game, and playing with characters that you enjoy should always be your #1 priority. Well, that's it for the video. If you enjoyed, don't forget to hit that like button as well as subscribe to my channel. It means the world to me. With that being said, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.